What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Guys, there's a lot of things happening in Master Rule 5 that I don't think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are ready for. I mean, we have a lot of deck cores that Yu-Gi-Oh players are getting involved in, and there are all these deck cores we all know only some of these are going to be viable for the meta come Master Rule 5. Only some of these cards are going to be good. But the buyouts are happening constantly, and they're going to continue to happen up until we get Master Rule 5 finally coming through. And then it'll probably happen a little bit afterwards, and then we'll establish a meta, and then everything will be cool and calm for nationals. Then next meta, everything gets crazy again. The market is constantly moving, and cards like Mech Knight of the Morningstar out of Cybernetic Horizon, the only printing that did not get a reprint in Megatons, well, it's going up higher in value. I mean, the cards are less than $5 market price, and already we can see unlimited versions hitting at almost their 6. Versions at 6 with shipping involved. Now, that's not the only Mech Knight. We also have Mech Knight Purple Nightfall, another card whose 2018 Megaton version is about $7 to $8. The original version also is currently roughly around $8 to almost near $9. That's not done yet as well. I think the next one to move up in value is going to be Blue Sky. I mean, we can already see it moving at Extreme Force, its original print listings, with a market price of $4. Name it first editions are around $7. Then you look at the 2018 Megatons, they have not taken off yet, but with only 18 price listings, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes up higher and higher in value. Real quick, by the way, guys, I should probably say that I moved my desk around. I actually got a new table, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw the picture of me updating everything. So that's why I have a little bit of a change of scenery. Like I said, I'm keeping evolving and improving the channel and adding more things. And if you like what you see, guys, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Master Rule 5 and what deck you're going to be playing. Because right now, if Master Rule 5 happened right now, I'd probably be playing Thunder Dragons, but if we get a new ban list that, oh wait a minute, we're going to be getting soon, I think we're going to be seeing that Thunder Dragons might get hit on that ban list. And it might change Master Rule 5 for Thunder Dragons. Maybe it'll still be meta relevant. Maybe it won't. In this video, actually, I have another deck core that I think would be relevant with Master Rule 5, and it's going to pass through the ban list. Moving forward, though, we have Trickster Korribane, a card which might see play in Master Rule 5, with Trickster Strikers, currently right now being tested all over online by a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. The current price of this card is about $7 in the market price, but the actual listings are showing to be around $10 for Trickster Korribane. It's just spiking crazy high as Yu-Gi-Oh players are getting ready to move into buying and getting their decks ready for the new game mechanic. We have Evenly Match, which is constantly going up higher in value. It's doing it slowly, but it's doing it, it's constantly moving higher and higher and higher. At this point, it's like a blue chip stock, in which you're not going to get an insane gain immediately, but it's going to grow slowly and gradually. Original print copies of Evenly Match Unlimited are about $17. You want a Megaton version, that's about $16, almost $17s. And if you want the Dual Power Ultra Rare, that's about $14. These card prices are going to continue to go high as these cards see meta play in the future of this game. We have other cards that just kind of went high for no reason, like Block Dragon at the 2017 Megaton with a $6 market price. It's the current listing right now, $6 to almost $7 for Block Dragon Megaton reprint. Then we have the Dark Illusions, the original version of Block Dragon with a $2 market price. It's about $9 to $10 for Block Dragon. I guess Yu-Gi-Oh players are excited about the new BA stuff. This might go in. There's another deck that's like might go into, sure, but to be honest with you, this is gonna go back down in value. It's all hype. This is gonna cool back down in value. We also have Max C. Now, obviously, Max C is gonna go high in value. It's gonna happen every single ban list. Look at that Ultimate Rare Max C's. They're about almost near $300. I mean, that's a lot of money, but it's kind of justified being the fact that this card's definitely going to see play. This card is going to go insanely high when it comes off the ban list. So $300 now is still a discounted price. And what was it, about a month ago, the card was roughly around $140. And it's just about more than double that. And yeah, it's going to continue to go higher in value. We have secret rare copies as well. We have the ultra rares, and more realistic, we have the common version of Max C. At a Structure Machine Reactor, it's about $7 to $8 for a common Max C. If you want a super rare version, that's going to run you about $10, and the ultra rare will run you about $20 for Max C. The cards is going up higher in value, and as we keep going into ban list, and let's say in this ban list, Max C doesn't come off the ban list, okay? If that was to become the case, by next ban list, it would still be inflated in value. So it's like, well, if that ban list, no big deal. The next ban list, it would still go up and inflate in value until it finally comes off the ban list. And if it does come off the ban list, what else cards do you think that could work with in conjunction with Max C? I think Retaliating Sea is that card. It's a phenomenal card. During I player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, when this card face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, doesn't care how it's sent from the field to the graveyard, by the way. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, add one Earth Insect type monster with 1500 or less attack, basically Max C. You basically add Max C with this card. Your opponent tries to special summon, you drop this card, limiting their board, and if they do remove this card, you add a Max C to their hand, and then you basically have Max C for that turn or next turn, just basically stopping your opponent. So if Max C went to 1, this card actually might see play. Now Retaliating Sea has a bunch of common reprints, and the only one that's highest rarity right now will be the super rare out of OTS 1 pack 4. The market price is roughly around $1, but it's literally like 15 cents for this card. Super and highly underlooked and undervalued. This card used to be good when Max C was at 2. Max C went away, so did this card. Well, Max C comes back, so will this card. The only question is, how many do you have? Do you have your copies? Are you ready? Because I have a bunch of these, and I'm just waiting for this card, for Max C and this card to come back into the meta. We also have a Gallant Granite. This card's starting to go up in the market as well. $1.60 market price. Neiman first edition is roughly around $4 to $5. I mean, this card's spiking crazy high. There's a bunch of walls though. You got a 6 wall, you got a 5 wall, and then you got a 31 wall. But still, this card's a $5 ultra rare at a Chaos Impact, which is pretty insane. No, it's not insane. Sign Up Mining at a Dark Neostorm. A cigarette's gonna run you roughly around $33. But if you want unlimited, it's about 28, 29-ish. First edition's also about 29 to 30. This card's still having value because Salamangreats are still seeing meta play. I think with a ban list, Salamangreats was to get hit, this card's value would tank. But then again, I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think Konami wants Salamangreats to be kind of relevant so they can sell more Sign Up Mining as an ultra rare this March with that new set, Duel something. I always forget the name of the sets. I'm really bad with set names, but I think that's gonna happen. I think Sign Up Mining would see play then. So I don't think that's gonna happen. If you're a Salamangreat player, you have that kind of like comfort pillow knowing that Konami still wants to sell one of your cards, so they're not gonna kill you yet. That's the next ban list. Then we have Infinite Permanence. I think this could be one of the best cards in Master Rule 5, hands down. I think what we're going to see in Master Rule 5 is a lot of decks going into a lot of cards to stop Nibiru, which I'll talk about later on in the video. But I think that's going to be one of the best cards in the game is Nibiru, to stop any of these controlling decks that put multiple negations out. If you put multiple negations out and you set Infinite Permanence, you're in an insanely good spot. I mean, it's 100% an insanely good spot. I think this card's going to be huge. I think this card's definitely going to be one of the best cards in Master Rule 5. And I wouldn't be surprised if Konami make this card a reprint as an ultra rare in that dual set in March, or any set before Master Rule 5 comes out on April 1st. And the reason why is because this card is insanely huge in the meta. It's a meta-defining card. And seeing more and more players, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players getting more and more access to it. The last reprint was in Dual Power, so it's been a bit of a while since it's in a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have access to this card. So a reprint coming around the corner, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was to happen at all, to be honest with you. Looking at Infinite Permanence, the Dual Power Ultra Rare is about $47 market price, and if you want to name it first edition, it's about $49. The Secret Rare is insanely high in value, so I won't even point to that one. All I'm going to say is, if you don't have your copy of these, it's going to cost you a lot of money to get your copy of these, and this card is a huge card for Master Rule 5. Once again, a lot of these decks are going to be utilizing this card because it's such a good card. After you create a board, you can set this down. Or going second, you hit your opponent's cards. That can be a problem, and then you go into your place. Or if you are holding the Nibiru, your Infinite Permanence, the only monster they have, more than likely it's gonna be something like a Appaloosa, or maybe another monster I'll talk about in a second. But a lot of monsters to negate monster effects, the minute you snipe it with Infinite Permanence, you drop a Nibiru, you drop that bad boy on board, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So I think this card's gonna be huge in Master Rule 5. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that are debating what to sell, what to buy, need to know that this card is a card you don't want to sell. And if you don't have it, you need to get this card. Once again, keep an eye out. We might have a reprint of this card in March, hopefully. If that does happen, that'll be a lot easier for Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, and obviously the value of the Ultra Dual Power will go down, but it's definitely a needed card. Crystal Wing Synchron Dragon is basically the card I was talking about. This card is absolutely insane. It has a dual power ultra reprint, which is like 60 cents. It has a Battle Legends printing, which is like 350. But realistically, if you want the original print from Shining Victories, the secret version of this card, the market price is roughly around $4 for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And my computer's loading. There we go. And let you play first edition, it's already at $8. If you want limited, it's about $5. Once again, matching almost near its market price. But for a first edition version, it's double the market price at $8. And then it quickly goes up almost near $9 for Crystal Wing Synchron Dragon. This card's very easy to make in Master Rule 5. A lot of decks can easily abuse this. And yeah, I think this is going to be one of the go-to cards for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players at the start of that new meta. We also have Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Now, this doesn't stop Nibiru, but it's just a great card, just in general. I mean, we might see Windwitch come back, and if Windwitches do come back, they can easily go into Clearwing Synchro Dragon. They can easily go into Crystal Wing. They can easily one card do any of this by themselves. Of course, the restrictions your opponent, you can only bring out, not your opponent, you can only bring out wind monsters for the duration of the turn, but still, it's a really good card, and I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be starting to look for this card. Now, if you are looking to get, or you don't have, or maybe you want the max remedy version of Clearwing Synchro Dragon, we have the Ghost Rare and the Ultimate Rare. The Ultimate Rare is roughly around $9, which is like $1 too high than $7 market price. To be honest with you, that's not a bad buy. If you want to get your hands on a Ghost Rare version of Clearwing Synchro Dragon, the market price is $29, and my computer's running so slow today. And if you want unlimited, it's $24. First edition versions is $26 for this card. Like, this is an insanely cheap Ghost Rare right now. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players aren't looking at this Ghost Rare, but I really do think this is something that you might want to consider if your deck can easily go into this. If your deck has multiple ways to get into this, it's something definitely I would recommend you look into. Then we have a Drone Lockboard, probably one of my favorite cards in Master Rule 5. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be cycling through their deck to create and establish a board. Even more so than they are currently doing right now. Way more so. So, Drone Lockboard is going to be one of the best go-to hand traps in that format. Almost hands down, maybe even better than Ash Blossom and Joyous Bring. It's that broken of a card. Well, Drone Lockboard coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 8 Ultimate Rare is holding a $49 market price, and we're slowly seeing it go higher and higher in the market. It's almost bought out. You got one over here lightly played for about $50. The next value is about $58, and for a near mint version, $60. I said it a while ago. I continue to say it. This card does not belong down here at the 50s, even when it was at the 40s. It does not belong there. It belongs at least, and I'm very generous with this number, at least $80 for a Drone Lockboard. And we're going to see it hit that number easily. As we move into Master Rule 5, good luck trying to find this card, because it's going to be an insanely hard card to find. Ultimate Rare. There's other copies and other versions, like the Rare out of Star Strike Blast, the Ultra Rare version out of Legend Collection Kaiba, the OTS Tournament Pack Super Rares, even the common at order the spellcaster structure decks. I mean, it's hitting like $2, but there is other versions. It's just the Ultimate Rare version is the highest rarity, and of course, that will get bought off first. Up next, guys, we have DDs. Probably another deck that, unlike Fluffles, I think Fluffles are fun in Master Rule 5. I don't necessarily think they're going to be good in Master Rule 5. Definitely not the best deck in Master Rule 5. They could do a lot more things, but they still lose to a lot of cards in this game. DDs can also do a lot of things, but they also limit the amount of cards your opponent could do. And I think that's going to be the name of the game in Yu-Gi-Oh! Can your deck create a board? Can your deck not only create a board, can your deck break your opponent's board? Can your deck not only break your opponent's board, but can you break your opponent's board and establish your board that you want to create, i.e. negations? Well, DDs can actually tick off all those boxes consistently. I think this is a really good deck in Master Rule 5, and I think moving forward in the meta, it can use and abuse a lot of cards. And if you don't have it right now, it's relatively cheap. The most expensive cards are Super Rare, the OTS Tournament Pack 4, Oblivion King, Abyss Ragnarok. It's roughly around $3, but it also has a rare printing, which is insanely cheap. And the rest of the cards are like dollar cards. Why? Because DDs were a structure deck. Star deck, structure deck, I always get those confused. But it was a deck, and you could have went and bought it, and you could probably still be able to do that. So that's why I think it's so cheap right now. And to be honest with you, the deck core of DDs, I don't think it's going to be expensive. I think it's going to be everything surrounding that deck core. Things like Crystal Wing, Synchro Dragon, possibly Clear Wing. Definitely going to be Infinite Purpose going to see play in this deck. Drone Lockboard might be another card. Those are going to be the money cards. So if you're going to play DDs in Master Rule 5, don't worry about buying up DDD cards. Don't think you're going to buy out DDD SD cards will run the meta market. I really don't think it's going to happen. If it would be the OTS stuff, but even then, like, it's not going to be crazy. It's more likely going to be the cards surrounding the deck. We also have Grizel Prison. Grizel Prison used to be the poor man's dimensional prison. This card, what it does is it originally came out in Shao Specters, by the way. It's a rare, then got rarity bumped to super rares. It's like 39 cents for the rare. It's dirt cheap, but if you control a tribute, ritual, and or fusion summon monster, neither player can synchro or exceed summon. Also, the effects of all face-up exceed monsters and synchro monsters currently on the field are negated, and they cannot attack. This changes last to end the opponent's next turn. This is a phenomenal card. Once again, if you don't have access to Dimensional Barrier, or maybe you want to do Dimensional Barrier and play this card in conjunction. Also, just like Dimensional Barrier, this is a normal trap card, so it can easily get abused with Trap Trick, which is going to be one of the best. They better hit this card in the ban list, because this is going to be one of the best controlling traps in the game moving forward into Master Rule 5. Looking at Trap Trick at a Soul Fusion holding $11 market price for the secret version. Unlimited's about $12. You also have the 2019 gold Sark tints. They're about $7 all over the place for the ultra rares. But if you want to get the original print version of this card, it's going to run you a lot more money because it's hard to get. And if you want a first edition copy, it's about $13 to almost $14 for secret rare Trap Trick. And you don't, once again, you don't have to spend for the secret rare, but that's the highest rarity. If you want your ultra rares, you're looking to pay about $7 for them. And yeah, I don't think you should pay yet. I would highly recommend waiting for at least this ban list. I think if they're not hitting on this ban list, I think they're going to be hitting the next ban list. Probably the 2 if I had to guess. But this is an insanely good card, and this is a card that can easily abuse Dimensional Barrier, which is probably going to be the make it or break it card of the new format. Yes, your opponent can Link summon, and yes, I do think Link's going to be one of the best decks still going forward into Nationals, but all these other decks start trying to fusion, try to synchro, try to do any of these silly shenanigans. D-Barrier's gonna shut you down that fast. And if you're playing Grizel Prison, that's just another accessible card that you can abuse. I'm looking at you, Jacob players. You can easily abuse this, and a lot of the decks can easily abuse it, but specifically you guys, and you can just lock your opponent down quickly, fast, and efficiently. Trishula Dragon of Ice Barrier is a good card. If you're looking at DT4 version, it's $120 for the Dual Toronto 4 version in the market price for Trishula Dragon of Ice Barrier. If you're looking to buy this card right now, once again, my internet's really slow. It's about $120. Same thing, matching its market price. The market I find on Trishula for dual terminals don't really go crazy. People either buy it or don't buy it, but nobody really replenishes the market, and nobody really buys into Trishula, so its price point has not changed. If you want an Ultimate version, it's about $60, which is a little bit higher than its $50 market price. And the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if we could see a deck that can easily abuse 3 Trishula. Maybe Infernities or who knows, but I think that there's a lot of decks out there. They're going to find a way to take cards to the opponent's hand, and then when your opponent goes, they're going to play with a suboptimal hand and probably lose out. And the first deck comes to my mind is Infernities. And in Master Rule 5, yeah, that's a real thing. So maybe this card gets banned. Who knows? But we can see like Trishula, we can see like, and I'm just specifically saying this one card. I'm thinking like Trishula, I'm thinking like Omega, maybe Levier. I think there's a lot of cards that can be easily broken in Master Rule 5, the snipe cards in your opponent's hand, and this is definitely one of those cards. Probably the most expensive version out of all those other cards. Then we have 5 Formation Tanky. With a $54 market price, this card's currently at $46. This card is so highly undervalued, and I think another great deck in Master Rule 5 is going to be Lunar Lights. In fact, I think it's a matter of time before we see a Beast Warrior deck, Zodiac maybe, who knows, but a Beast Warrior deck become a meta deck again. And if that does become the case, 5 Formation Tanky is going to be one of the best cards in that deck. Now, of course, you get the Secret Rare, which is gorgeous, by the way. You get the Ultra Rare, you get any they come Ultra Rare, I don't even know anymore. Any variety of 5 Formation Tanky besides the Gold Rare looks pretty good, even common. But if you want the highest rarity being 5 Formation Tanky Ultimate Rare at an Astral Pack 3, it's currently dirt cheap right now, and we've seen this card hit easily $60 in the past. Once again, I do think Lunar Lights have a great chance of being a meta deck. They definitely play around a lot of hand traps relatively easily. They play around a lot of cards relatively easily. So wouldn't be surprised if Lunar Lights pop out of nowhere, catch a lot of duels off guard as being a top tier dominating meta deck. At the very least, I think the deck can be tier 1.5. And if you're looking to play Lunar Lights, you really want to consider grabbing your 5 Formation Tankies. They are dirt cheap right now. They might even go low. You might get lucky. But right now, they're highly under the market price. And it's pretty unusual to see his card. Normally, his card's holding a pretty good market price. At one point, it was like $20. But I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. Then we have Lunalights themselves, and if you're looking to pick up a Lunalight core, now's a pretty good time. I mean, Serenade Dance is the most expensive Lunalight card right now. It's about $5. You also have Lunalight Fusion. It's about $1. Came out in Legendary Duelist with Rose, so if you don't have this card, you might want to go grab it. It's a Legendary Duelist card. Those cards always spike out of proportions, go crazy high in value, so you might want to grab that, as well as, of course, Serenade Dance. There are other cards, like, you know, but they're all under $1, so it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, if you want to buy and build Lunalight, right now, they're dirt cheap right now. Nobody's caring about them because everybody's focused on these other decks. But for a deck for Lunalights, I would 100% recommend you pick it up. I got mines already. I grabbed my fusions already. They were, once again, they were like $1. I picked my playset up, and I recommend you guys go ahead and do that too, just in case this deck does seek any mine to play. You don't want to go in and grab it late and pay insanely high value. The best decks in Master Rule 5 are decks going to be able to play around Nibiru, the Primal being. This card is always going from value. The current market price is roughly around $11, and rightly so. This is the best card in Master Rule 5. I mean, technically speaking, it's the best card in Master Rule 4, the Master Rule currently right now. The only difference is this card doesn't see as much play because every deck this card checks has been already just taken out and put to the side. But in Master Rule 5, especially early in Master Rule 5, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be playing a lot of decks, different variants of decks, and Nibiru is going to be shutting people down left and right. And once again, I think the best decks in Master Rule 5 are decks that can make a great board on the 4 summons, or the decks that can easily play around Nibiru, i.e. eat a Nibiru to the face, or maybe even just put a negate on their 4th summon or before the 4th summon in order to continue their turn or combo, and hopefully have an answer for not only Nibiru, but you might have to watch out for infinite permanents or anything like that. Once again, I do think if your deck can't survive a Nibiru, drop it on your face, you probably shouldn't be playing it or looking to play it in Master Rule 5. It's just a waste of time. Save your time, save everyone's time, and focus on the decks that can play around it. And once again, I do think decks like Nibiru, decks like Lunalights, decks like Deities are decks that can not only play around Nibiru, the Primal being, but also utilize a lot of cards that can, after dropping a Nibiru, creating a good board still. So these are the kind of decks I'm looking at in Master Rule 5. These are the kind of decks I highly recommend you look at in Master Rule 5, because if you don't, guys, and you try to work something else, you try to work something that you're okay with getting this to the face, and if they have it, you're probably not going to be doing good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Come April 1st. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the like button, comment down below. It's your boy V. And you Paisanos have a great day.